Natasha with Natasha's Scrapbook Corner. Sorry for the noise. We have rain pouring, absolutely pouring down in Florida, and I'm gonna try to talk loud so you can hear what I'm saying. And today I'm coming to you with the birthday gifts for my dearest friend here on YouTube, Margaret White. And there were a couple things on her birthday wish list, and I decided to knock those down. Okay, let's start from the things that are simpler, and you have seen those. So this is Maggie's birthday card. Okay, and I can pop the link below for you, and that is created from KSP Luisa Diaz's digital kit. Okay, I'm gonna need to write something in there. I never can write notes in my cards. Then I did couple flowers, shabby flowers for Diana's Spare Marbles 2012 challenge she was hosting to make my flowers, which actually are her design flowers. And this is one, and they are gonna be included in Maggie's birthday rack, and one of the shabby flowers, so she might be able to use those. Okay, so this. Then of course my famous wristlets. That is wristlets for Maggie. And here I used creams and whites, and this is one of this pleated, well, not pleated, but with the holes, cream laces. And then I used a lot of layers of doilies, several layers of different doilies. Most of them are from the paper bag Lady Julie that I purchased. Then in here I used a little bit dangle crystal trim, hanging trim, and some of my satin flowers from my store. I'm gonna be replenish my store probably late August or early September, so stay tuned for that. And this is one of the bead landing charms with the metal and cameos. And I cut the trim, the wedding trim, into pieces and just created a frame. So that's, and for the laces and trims I used the satin ribbon, one of the trims, and gathered seam binding. So, and that's how it's gonna look on the hand, and she of course can tie it, right? Really, really cute. So the wristlet. Then she asked me to make for her a crown. Okay, that's what I came up for Maggie. It's a little, okay, let's start from the back. It's really hard to show you guys, I know. So that is the back, and I used liquid lemonade to stiffen my laces. And there is two laces in here. One, this one, the wide, this I purchased from Terry, one crafty cookie, and the layered one, that's probably this one. That's probably was lavish laces. I have a lot of stuff from her. So Okay, and then from in between the openings in this lace, I created, first of all, I put this pearl beads all the way around, and they kind of hanging in there. Then I put this type of appliques, wedding appliques in each opening, and each other opening I altered a little bit different. So this is the back, and there is the applique with the lily flower, dudette flower from Shabelicious on Etsy, and layers and layers and you know, different trims in here and laces for the tail. So this is the back, and then if we'll start to turn those around, in the next opening you see the a little piece of this wedding trim and beautiful cream flower, okay, and another pearl strand in here, and in here you can see another applique, wedding applique with the lily flower. So this is gonna be the center, so that's how it looks in the center, and these two pieces are on the sides. So I did those symmetrical. I used similar appliques and lilies flowers in here, and if you will look on the back, it also symmetric, right? So, and if you will put it on the head, I'm gonna try to put it on me. I'm not really the princess and stuff, but let me try it. Okay, hold on. I know. Okay. Ah. Well, of course. Well, never mind my face. Scratch my face, right? Can you see? Does it look good? Like, you can tell me, right? So that's how her crown looks. Okay, let me put you down. Sorry about that. Okay, so let me move that stuff out the way. So we take a look on that. And I'm doing like really fast because I do not have time to do separate video. So these jars were my first altar jars, you know, like in old times. So Maggie was my guinea pig on altering jars, and we know Maggie is the queen of altar jars, right? So let me zoom in. Are we there? Okay, so I took couple clear jam, sugar-free jam jars that my husband eats, and I just decided I didn't want to throw them away, so I talked to a couple of my sisters, Skype sisters, and asked their suggestion on how should I approach. And I had this type of material you see in here. It's like a tulle with a cream background. So it was a dress. So what I did, I Mod Podged the actual lace material on the jar till let me unscrew, till the lid opening, right? And particularly with this jar, and then I actually whiten it with the gesso, because when you Mod Podge material onto something, it darkens. So you can see, compared to that, it's kind of like a little dirtier color, I would say. So when I whiten it with the gesso and sprayed it with a glimmer mist, it became more delightful color. So after that, I have this kind of doilies that my ex-sister-in-law crocheted for me. So she sent it to me, and we were trying to sell it, but the price was kind of like high. You cannot pay, but So, and I asked her to crochet those doilies without center, so I don't need to cut it out. So it became such a nice little addition, you know, like a skirt for the jar. So you just pull it and the seam, you know, it's nothing pulls, nothing, you know, gonna go away. So then I had this underskirt of the material, and I just tore it and tore like a little narrow piece, you see, like that, and I twisted it with a pearl string, if you can see in here, and I just tied it around the jar, and I use Annie's Muse Garden Grove one. Hi Annie, thank you so much. The amazing winnings that I won from her giveaway, and that's what I used there. It came at right time. So this is a little bit piece of junk jewelry that I purchased off eBay. So, and this is Annie's Miss Garden Grove Annie's trims, so you can find them on her blog, and she is going to open an Etsy shop. That is gonna be like woohoo, excitement. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, so that's the jar itself, and there is some goodies inside, and I'm not gonna show that. No. So the lid, they had the pleated check, no, not pleated, check, you know, like that one print, blue and white, and I just sewed it so the print wouldn't come out, and I didn't do anything on the back. I actually wanted to put like a crochet doily inside, but when I start to twist it, you know, and try to close the jar, it wouldn't close. So I said, okay, that's not a biggie if we'll have an opening. I could have probably put the paper wouldn't be so thick, but it's a finished project. And again, you can see here on the side Annie's floral trim, and here a mini one, and then another doily from Julie the paper bag lady, and one of my shabby flowers that I did for Diana's challenge, Spare Marbles 2012. So yes, when I was entering Diana's challenge, I knew that my flower is gonna go to this towards Maggie's birthday project. So this is jar number 1, and that is the jar number 2. And again, absolutely the same technique with the applying the material to the jar, and absolutely the same technique with the layers of the stuff on the top of the jar. Shia, one thing, you see that chain? It is the whole chain is just double wrapped and just hanging, and then I attach another string of my stash, and I attach this little pin charm. You see, I just broke off the thing. So yeah, and I just wrapped it around, and so she can use it if she wants to. But, and this is another Annie's mini floral trim in here. And the idea behind how I decorated the jar, well, I already say A, I'm gonna need to say B. The idea behind altering two jars different ways, that this jar is supposed to be carrying chains and maybe pearlized chain. So I can show it to you then. Okay, I put for her a little goodie in here. Okay, so I bought for her a set of earrings. It's twisted. Okay, like pearlized earrings, and this beautiful necklace, and she can take it apart and use it. Okay, so that's the idea. So I put some other stuff in there for her so she can use it. So that way you look on a jar and you see the chain and pearls, and you know what's inside, even though you cannot clearly see. And here there would be like maybe big buttons and pendants, you know, stuff like that. So yes, that's how I'm thinking to alter my plastic jars, which are just, you know, very rare. I didn't do anything to them. Coming back to the lid of the second jar, again, it was gessoed, and I didn't put anything on the side because I used that trim in here, so I decided that's quite enough. And this is the piece of material that I got left, and I cut it into square and just let it hang like that, decorative. And then I used another similar door because I want it to be in a pair. That's how you actually blend the things together, when you use similar elements. Like I use the same doily, you know, that brings the whole kit. It creates a kit, let's put it this way. So I use this same doily, so when I was pulling out the stuff out of my stash, I was pulling out, like, I knew the two things, so I pulled out 2 and 3 for this, and 4th just in case if I need it. So, and it's easier to work with that way. So there is another layer, another doily in here. You cannot even see. This is one of the Artie. She's, I'm not sure the store. D would know, DK Crafts by D. Artie, she was selling she's selling the floral trims off of Facebook. She has a Facebook page. So it was a special order, and she I ordered the order with the samples and stuff, so they cut in individual 2, 3 little flowers. The perfect way to use it for little bitty things like that. And so I chose this type of floral flower, and then I had this vintage button from my thrifting, and it fitted absolutely perfect. Well, actually it's supposed to be like probably the other way, or maybe not. So she will decide, right? It's her birthday gift, so Maggie will decide. So that's 2 jars, and the main, let's put it aside.
Послушай меня, еще не время. Чуть позже я дам тебе, дам тебе, дам тебе знак. дам тебе знак. Послушай меня,